Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another speculation video. So, the next expansion pack has not even been fully announced yet, and speculation has gone wild in the Sims community once again. So, there's multiple things to talk about here that may or may not be hints towards stuff. And, well, one of those has already been debunked, so let's just start with that one. So Dr. Ashley tweeted thinking emojis with cars because she received this comment on her video saying, the birthplace of the first Ford car from Henry Ford, Henford, was called Bagley Avenue. Coincidence? And then, yeah, she replied saying, dude, no way! Later, Simguru Frost replied saying, that is a pretty hilarious coincidence, but sorry, not this time. I can't believe it's not even been a month since the last video I did where I was debunking a different Cars rumor in relation to the Dream Home Decorator game pack, and here we are again. How many more times am I gonna have to do this before we finally get Cars, my most wanted single feature for the game? Just, oh boy. Pain. Just pain. But Simguru Frost did say not this time, so that does give me a little bit more faith that we will get them eventually. Regardless, I am thinking we'll get Cars at some point because they are a pretty popular request. And Sims 2 did not have open world and it had Cars in it. So even though the Sims 4's worlds work differently in comparison to even that game, I still think they will figure out a way. Whether it actually works well will be another thing, I'm sure, but I think they will do it one way or another. One vehicle that I have a little bit of hope for, though, is tractors, because those will go very well with a farming theme. But I wonder how they would be willing to pull them off if it happened, because as you can see here in The Sims 3, you have to place the tractor on a track that would just loop all the way around. The tractor couldn't just go anywhere you wanted. I imagine that's because then, if it did, there'd be lots of routing issues and clipping that could happen fairly easily. I mean, yeah, we have the bikes in The Sims 4, but I still feel cautious about expecting tractors in this, let alone them just roaming free. So, I don't know. I don't feel like they'd be all that willing to repeat this track setup again. They take up a lot of space, and we don't have that many 64 by 64 lots in The Sims 4, and I don't think people would respond all that well to having this very rigid track setup again. The next thing I want to talk about is what if the Bagley family from Riverview in The Sims 3 is returning with this new world, where it is called Henford on Bagley. Yeah, I didn't make that connection earlier because I don't really know the Riverview pre-made families all that much. I mean, yeah, I know that Don Lothario is there, but not really much besides that. Because you can even see here, the Sims Wiki, there's this whole article that I'll link to in the video description below, where it goes into all this detail about them. Since the postcard seems to hint that Agnes Crumplebottom is coming back, maybe they'll have a sort of Crumplebottom Bagley feud taking place in the town. I think that could be really interesting. And, hold on, they're about to show up. Yeah, there's the Bagley family in the Riverview trailer. So, yeah, maybe they'll come back. That'd be an interesting nod to a pre-made family that's not just, like, the most well-known in the whole franchise. Another thing that came up was this series of tweets from Grim Sirudoy. Hey everyone, nothing fairly overt, right? Don't overexcite now. Behold, a graceful lightness encircling you. Just a Monday morning acrostic poem I wrote before my coffee. Hold everything! Ned fell over right down onto Nettlebog, and gosh, lost every yam. Somebody stop me. Hunks emerge naturally from oversized, ripe durians on nearby boulders, all glistening like emerald yeomen. So that first tweet especially, it sounds a little on the nose, like, oh, is this actually a hint for fairies, for real this time? But nope, even if we do get fairies at some point, I don't think this is a hint, because when you look at the first letter of every word with these tweets, excluding the just a Monday morning one and also somebody stop me, the other ones though, like using the first tweet as an example, you have H, then E, then N, F, O-R-D, so Henford, and then O-N, on, and B-A-G-L-E-Y, Bagley. So, yeah, it's just having some fun, I suppose. I'm pretty sure Grimsrudoi has done stuff like this in the past where it didn't really mean anything. He was just having his own fun. Speaking of Simgurus having their own fun, I wonder if this also applies to Simguru George. Because today he tweeted, "You have to theme an entire room's design around one piece of decor. What is that piece of decor? Here is mine." And there's a picture of a pig chef statue. I believe is part of the base game. But it's not just simply, oh, is this a hint at farming, or maybe even more specifically, pigs in a farming expansion? But he has tweeted this same picture before. About a year ago, he tweeted these three pictures. The first one was on July 28th, 2020, with a future cube, no caption whatsoever. And then I think that was when people looked at the future cube and found some hints, because there was one where it was alluding to being able to get married in vacation destinations, and then there was like the side-by-side, stack them up, it was something like that, where people thought it was either hinting at bunk beds or stackable windows, and then I think it was about stackable windows, since that came just before Star Wars Journey to Batuu. And then there is that same picture again of the pig statue. Then the last tweet says, "Does anyone else wonder what is written on these scrolls? I love to use them in decorating my builds." I can't remember the exact explanation, but I'm pretty sure these all connected to something in the Journey to Batuu game pack. So in the end, it didn't really seem like a hint of farming, but maybe this time the pig statue is being used for that purpose. I mean, if we don't get pigs in a farming expansion pack next, I'm really gonna question why Simguru George reused that image. Lastly, on the back of the postcard, there is this date, 11/04/2019. Especially given that this is a date that's in the past, could it mean something if it was in the future? Like, say, pointing to the release date of the expansion pack, then that would make a lot of sense, but that's not what this is. So, Simguru Frost did respond to a tweet asking about this from Emma, and he said the Henford on-bagley post office aren't quite the quickest, but still, I can't help but think if it might mean something else. Sproutley posted this tweet saying, "Well, apparently November 4th, 2019 is National Chicken Lady Day." I had no idea that was a thing. Seems like farming is coming to me. Can't be a coincidence. Since chickens are a pretty big part of farming, it does seem like this is not a date that was simply chosen at random. A couple of other theories I had about this was, what if the town was actually so new that it was only just made in 2019? Though I feel that is a stretch, because the town, from what we can see in that postcard, looks pretty old, unless it was just built specifically to look old. But yeah, that still feels like a reach. And the other theory I had was, what if they started making the expansion pack in 2019? I know they've said before that they take about a year to make each expansion pack, but maybe they took longer on this one, because I can imagine if you're programming multiple farm animals, which is not something they've done a whole lot in the past, then yeah, that might take more effort to figure out. If the new world is based in the UK, then the date formatting is actually wrong for this National Chicken Lady Day thing, but The Sims is still made in the United States, so I feel like they still went off of that rather than the UK dates. It still could be a hint towards chickens, also the fact that they have literally the word hen in Henford. So I think there is a pretty strong chance that we'll get chickens. I feel they were the most likely farm animals anyway, since they are smaller, and I think they'd be a lot easier to program compared to, say, cows, or sheep, or llamas, or pigs. So basically, cars are deconfirmed for farming, the Bagley family from The Sims 3 may return, Grimsrudoi was likely not hinting at fairies, pigs may be a farm animal in this new expansion, and the postcard may be hinting at farming being the theme and having chickens because of the postmark. So feel free to let me know in the comment section below your theories. Do you think any of these things could end up being a hint? Well, besides the cars one. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest gaming content, including life simulations and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!